The U.S. government's monthly jobs report is one of the most important, if not the most important, measures of the economy's health. But many people look only at the two big headline numbers, the unemployment rate and the number of jobs that were added or lost. That doesn't paint the entire picture of the labor market. You need to dig deeper to find other pieces of data that also matter a lot. That's what investors do, and it's what policymakers like Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen does. Here are three other numbers also in the monthly report that help show why Yellen remains wary about the job market recovery. The labor force participation rate. This is the total number of people working or trying to find a job divided by basically people over the age of 16, not in jail or in the armed forces. This rate has been hovering around 63%, the lowest level since the late 1970s. It was above 66% before the Great Recession. What's happening? The government has said that fewer women have been entering the workforce during the past decade. Baby boomers are also starting to retire. If the labor force participation rate continues to shrink, it will be harder for the economy to grow at a healthy pace. The underemployment rate. One big problem with the unemployment rate is that it does not include people who are discouraged and have given up looking for full-time jobs. It also does not factor in people who have part-time jobs but would prefer full-time work. But there is a number that includes all that. It's now around 12%, double the official unemployment rate. The good news is that this rate also has fallen sharply from a Great Recession peak of 17%. Wage growth. How can you really tell when the job market is roaring? When companies are falling over themselves to pay big bucks. Higher wages and salaries are a sign that businesses know they need to pay up to attract new workers and retain existing ones. Wages have been up about 2% over the past year. That's not terrible, but it's merely in line with the inflation rate. So people are just making enough money to keep up with rising prices. Until wages outpace inflation, it's hard to make the case that this is a robust job market, no matter how low the unemployment rate gets.